Baseball has officially returned.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, about now, about now, about now.
What is popping, y'all? It is your man, Cloudboy Bales, and welcome to another episode of Wisco Sports. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about, we're happy that baseball has finally returned. And, obviously, there are still some names that the Brewers could still sign. Obviously, so far we have signed, and we have traded for Hunter Renfroe. We have signed Mike Brosseau and Pedro Savinero, and re-signed Jace Peterson. So, obviously, so far, we have a good roster, a really good roster. We fired our hitting coach and got two new ones, a newer guy and an older guy. So I think that could hopefully do things. We got one of the best pitching units. And I think we're really on a good pace. The thing is, I still think we could use another guy to really make the Brewers a top-notch team. Now, of course, these are my top 5 choices on the people who I believe that we should sign. Now, I'm not going to say, we're not signing all these guys. There's no way that's not happening. But these are the people that I really like them to sign, because most of these guys are pretty much obviously, we have a designated hitter now, so lots of these people, could definitely be, guys that can play designated hitter. I don't know if they'll be starting, and at a position, but I definitely like to see them. That's our biggest flaw. We did not have guys that could consistently hit. We had guys that are scrap hitters and just hit whenever they want to, and, small balls are a thing, but thankfully, we need a guy that can really hit the ball. A powerhouse hitter, because if Yelich has another down year, that's going to be bad. So let's hope. Here are the choices that I really have. So coming in at number 5, we have the outfielder Michael Conforto. He was last played with the New York Mets, decided to be a free agent. He had a down year in 2021, hitting .232, .344, .384 with 276 PIP and a .350 XW OBA. I mean, that's not the greatest numbers. The Mets were supposed to be good, but their hitting was even just atrocious. But he's a great player to take as a flyer because his value is lower due to his down season. In 2020, he actually posted a 2.1 FRER and stretched out for 262, about 5.7 WAR. Conforto started so he was really good in the 2017 season. He started as the Mets' 4th outfielder, but worked his way to the starting job. He was actually selected to the MLB All-Star game in Miami after actually hitting 285 and 405, 548 for the first half. Fortunately, that season, he suffered a season-ending injury during a swing where he dislocated his left shoulder and tore his posterior capsule. He elected to have surgery in September. The 2017 season, he hit 27 home runs. That was his career high and averaged 279. And also in 2018, he hit 233 and led the Mets with 28 home runs, 82 RBIs, and 78 runs scored. In 2019, he hit his first Major League Grand Slam, finishing the season with 258, 33 home runs. And obviously he's been down ever since. But this is a guy that I think can really do some progress. It's a very underrated signing, and this is a signing that would make complete sense for the Brewers. He's an outfielder. That's what we're lacking right now, a guy that can hit. We get Renfroe, we get him. I think it's a very underrated pickup, but it's good. That's something that, could really be great. At the number 4 spot, we have long-time Nelson Cruz. Yeah, Nelson Cruz is a huge possibility. He turns 42 in July, but, the guy still plays like he's... I don't get it. I really don't get how he's still playing and doing the things that he's doing. I mean, he's still aged like fine wine. I mean, the dude is just not slowing down. I mean, he'd be a great fit for any team, with no exception. A lot of people forgot he started his career with the Brewers, actually. He was assigned to the AA Knoxville Stars to begin the season. With the AAA Nashville Sounds, he made his major league debut with the Brewers in 2005, a late-inning defensive replacement at right field. He actually wore number 8 right before Ryan Braun. That's actually pretty funny. He had 1 hit in 5 at-bats with the Brewers in limited action. His only hit was a double off of off the Reds. He was assigned to Nashville, and he hit .302 in 102 games with the team. I mean, that's pretty dope, you know, for your first season. He's been going around from teams. He was on off Oakland, Texas, Baltimore. Texas Rangers was obviously the year where he really did well. Recently was with the Minnesota Twins. He was traded to the Tampa Bay Rays this season. He hit 346 home runs during the 2010s, which is the highest number of home runs hit by any player in that decade. He is an amazing player, and it showed at this age has no effective for him at all. This season, he hit 265, 334, 297, and 32 home runs. He'd likely be, of course, a designated hitter for this crew, as that's what his role was for the last couple seasons. So that's that. I think he'd be great. I love this. I would love this move. I mean, this would probably end his career with Milwaukee, which is pretty dope. Number 3, Jorge Soler. Soler is one of the best power hitters in the game. A lot of people completely forgot about that. He was in Atlanta. He hit 269, 358, 524, and 14 home runs in just 55 games. He's not a good defender. We know that. We have seen that, which is why he'd be our designated hitter. But he is known for his time really in the Cubs. He won a World Series with them. He had some postseason debut. He walked as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning of Game 1 of the Division Series and followed up a double and a 2-home run one with straightaway catcher. He had an unbelievable game. And that's when we noticed that he is a dominant playoff force. He started his postseason career as just doing everything he can. Then his career started to dip. And, things, weren't the same. He was starting to struggle a little bit. Injuries, all that. And a lot of people, I didn't even know who he was at the time. And then all of a sudden, Atlanta, he was traded to Atlanta as Atlanta was trying to make some moves. And comes in and ends up becoming the 3rd designated hitter in history to win the MVP award for the World Series. So that says a lot about that guy. Seriously, I consider taking him. I think he'd be a great fit, but who knows what will happen. Alright, next up, at the number 2 spot. I don't think a lot of Cubs fans will be happy with this one, but Kris Bryant. Yes, Kris Bryant. Bryant tormented us as a Cubs fan, as he was the dominant powerhouse that the Brewers fans really hated. Of course, his first home run came off of the Brewers' Kyle Loesch. I was at that game. That's crazy. It's crazy how it works. He is the NL MVP of 2016, the year they won the World Series. From the All-Star break to the start of September, he was batting .346, and he was just looking outstanding. A lot of people, and he was the second player in Major League history to record 5 hits and 5 RBAs in 2 games in 1 season. That's just insanity. The Cubs just were outstanding that year, and he won the National League, and he was, in his first couple seasons, in his rookie season, 2 seasons later, he won MVP. That's just outstanding. The last couple seasons, he was great. Hasn't been the same, but he has been such a great player for the Cubs organization for years. That's why, obviously, he had to be traded to the Giants. He finished the season with the Giants, but it was interesting. With the Cubs and the Giants last year, he hit 265, 353, 481 with both teams. He can play across the outfield, third base. He's pretty much any position that you really want to put him at. Defense, of course, you can order that as a hitter, but he's a great player. I'd love to see the Cubs fans' reactions to this if we ended up getting him. So that would be pretty crazy. And then finally, at the number 1 position, this is the guy I really want as a Brewer. I hated him when he was on the Cubs, I'll be honest. I mean, he always gave us trouble. But this guy, I feel like we have a good shot at him. Kyle Schwarber. Us Brewers fans obviously know him as the guy we had to play against when we played the Cubs, and he always just do damage against us. Don't know why. A lot of people completely know him for getting injured at the very start of the season and coming into the World Series and getting clutch hits on Game 7. That was obviously one of the craziest things ever. He obviously had some years where he was looking really good, then he started struggling, then he started doing good, then he started struggling, he worked out, lost weight, and then he hit 55 home runs during 3 stages of the Major League Baseball Home Derby and finished second to Bryce Harper with 61. But for the season, he had 26. 2019 was his best year, going 250 with 38 home runs and 92 RBIs. And he's thrown the highest percentage of curveballs in all Major League batters. He also led all Major League left-handers in errors, unfortunately, but you're not gonna do much. He's not much of a defensive player. He's offense. He had an elite season in 2021 with the Nationals and the Red Sox, hitting 266, 374, 554 with 32 bombs in only 113 games. He declined the mutual option, and the big bat in the free agency is the best thing. I think currently most people believe. Some people are thinking he might come back to the Red Sox, but if he did, I feel like he would have made that deal by now. The Brewers are actually the favorite to land him right now, which would be crazy, and I think signing him would be a dream come true for the Brewers. So that's that. If you like what you saw, comment below, subscribe, do whatever, share, and as always, I can't wait for opening day. Spring training starts in exactly 1 week. Well, the games, really, because the players are all reporting now, but the games officially start next week. So we're ready for this. Wish that they wouldn't have these issues, but it's alright. We're here. We're ready, and let's go. It's baseball time. Anyways, take care, stay safe, be smart, and as always, go Brewers. Let's get those claws up for this season. We'll see you next time.